Good morning. Well, I'm down on the bottom lake today, down by the wildlife observation area here, and I've got multiple jobs going on today. So the one that's triggered all of this is this rhododendron here. So there's a video out last year, I'll try and put a link to it. Basically, this rhododendron decided to give up. It couldn't cope with the weight of all the branches, so it fell apart and went out in every direction. Now, at the time, the owner asked me to try and prop it back up again. I couldn't do that because of the weight of it, so I ended up widening the path so we could get round it. Problem is, it's still growing, so it carried on going out. I did trim this yesterday, but I want it further back off the path so it's not an issue for like the next few years rather than the next few months. It'd also mean that we can get this bench back in use. As you can see, in the middle there, it's all sprouted out like I thought it would. So that's absolutely fine. I can trim that all back. We'll have nice fresh growth in the middle of it, and there's actually some grass and stuff underneath here, so it shouldn't look too bad in the meantime. So that is the task that I want to get done. Problem is, I've got nowhere to work really. So I've got a shredder, and the plan is to shred it here, so it's just shredded and gone, rather than dragging it away. So, if we come down the path here a little way, and you look across here, you see over there's another rhododendron that's done the same sort of thing. It's got tall and spindly going for the light, and then with the weight of everything, it's just collapsed on itself. And again, that's starting to sprout out. So my plan is to shred it all in here. So if we just push through the undergrowth here, around the wheelbarrow, so push through here. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've pushed my way through there. And if you come around here, I've got the shredder. So this is the area with that spindly rhododendron that's all collapsing. And I want to open up a path that goes down through the middle of here at some point. So my plan is to trim this rhododendron and shred it here and make like a wood chip path that goes along. You can already see there's a bit of a muddy path already. So if I clear that, that will start regenerating. That will start looking good. I can then trim some of this back, and if I just spread the wood chip along here, if I remove a couple of branches off here, that's opened it up there. You can get through, you can maintain it, and I can also get through with those branches from that rhododendron over there and shred those on here too. So that's the plan for today. So I'm going to start with the trickiest bit, which is actually this bit over here. So yeah, let's get on. Right, it's not even 2 minutes in and it's doing well. I've got a nice little clearing going on there, and I've got the start of a wood chip path going on there. So yeah, I'm thinking if I trim some of these branches, get a pile going, and then I can shred it all in one go. That'll be a bit less noise, I think. Right. So this is a perfect example of where I said it's collapsing under its own weight. So you've got this branch here with all that growth at the end there, and that is pretty much dead, as in no shoots, all the way along, but you can see it goes along there and down there, and it actually connects onto the big trunk down there. So at the moment, if I cut that off there, it will sprout out down there, and we'll have bush down there, rather than at the moment where it's all bushing out over here on all this fluffy branch. But we've also got that big piece over there, where it's just literally torn. It's sort of gone off in both directions there, So yeah, that's where I'm aiming to cut, in there. Okay, well I've just come around to here to see what it looks like. I'm hoping this rain is just passing, because it wasn't doing that a minute ago. But yeah, so it's not looking too bad from here. So we've got a clump of rhododendrons on that side and then a clump on that side over there. There's a piece going down into the water. I really do want to remove that. There's some nice ferns along the edge there, so that should leave the bank looking quite natural with the ferns. So yeah, I don't think it should be too much of a problem to continue. And then there's another rhododendron on the opposite bank, so you can't see all the way through there. So it still gives the shelter that the owner likes. So it looks easy from over there, but over here it's a little bit more difficult. So you can see it's this branch here that's come down. And pretty much every single one of these has layered at some point. So I'm going to have to try and cut them and pull the roots out as well. So it's that rhododendron there that I don't want to touch. That's easy, that's obvious. But then it's This side here it gets a little bit grey, because I think it's this one that's looking good, but that bit there that I just pulled is either off that branch down there, or more than likely that swoop that goes over to this one here. So I'm thinking if I leave that half of the rhododendron there and just work on this bit where that branch is snapped off and flattened everything. So yeah. Okay, well this is looking better now. You can go down around here. It's quite obvious that you can't carry on straight, but you can see that where I want to go. And you can come around here. You've got this nice little clearing here. And you can stand and look out over the lake. And that's it from the other side. It's a little bit open, but I don't think it looks too bad. So yeah, now the big bit, which is to open this end up. Right, well that's got the entrance area opened up. Now this section here is incredibly muddy, but hopefully that should be solved by the fact of me putting the wood chip on it from the rhododendron over there, plus the fact it's now got light and airflow across it, so that wood chip should do a temporary fix and then the airflow should do a permanent fix. But just in case, I've put a sign saying this is not a path, so if anyone does tread in it, that's their own fault. But yeah, I'm going to go and have some lunch now, because I'm actually surprised. I've only been at this 2.5 hours and I've managed to get all of that lot cleared, so I'm really pleased with how far I'm getting. So I'm leaving the wood chipper here. I'm hoping nobody's going to fiddle with it. I'm going to have to take the rest of the tools up. So right, I'll see you in a bit after lunch. Okay, well I'm back from lunch and I'm ready to tackle this section. Well, at least I think I am. So if I did what I want, which is cut that right back down to ground level, I don't think the owner's going to be happy. I'm pushing my luck with this section because that's very sparse. So to do it in 2 sections so close to each other, I really am pushing my luck. So yeah, I've got to be very careful with what I do. But looking at it, you've got this section here which is quite nice and bushy and not too close to the path. It then starts to get a little bit wayward here, so if I trim this back probably to about there, then it's this section here. I mean, there's a bench underneath there somewhere. I'm thinking just take this end off up to that elderflower there, because then as you get to here, you'll have a nice opening and you'll be able to see the bench and you'll be able to sit at the bench in the sunshine, which would be nice. If I leave this section, although I want to remove this section, if I leave this section for now, then that can let that plant over there get established and fill out more, and then I can cut this maybe next year. Because yeah, you can always cut a bit more off, you can never stick it back on again. So yeah, let's just make a start here, I suppose. Okay, well it's the end of the day and I thought I'd just have a quick run through of what I've done today. So my main task for today was to reveal this bench, which I think I've done a pretty good job at. So I trimmed all the grass underneath it yesterday, which is why it looks quite so bad. So that should settle down in the next couple of weeks as I continue to trim it. But the rhododendron here, which was covering half the bench, I've trimmed that right back. It looks a little bit battered, but it doesn't look too bad. And like I say, I would like to have taken it further, but that will do for this year. Like I say, I don't want to shock the owner too much, but you can now sit at the bench. You've not got rhododendron poking you in the ear, so that looks pretty good there. But the main change is down here. So I've trimmed the edge here so you can get along the path quite easily. I do want to bring some more gravel in to sort of make this path a bit more defined, but this is the main change. So this morning you had to battle your way through because that rhododendron there was touching the conifer here. So you've now got a nice walkway through. And all this shredded material should turn lovely golden brown soon, so it should be really obvious where the path goes. Probably take a couple of days, but path follows round here now. This nice little clearing. You can just sit on the logs that I've sat here, overlooking the lake. I think it's just lovely. So yeah, I have got plans to continue this path. Obviously I've got to see what the owner says to this bit first. But if you just go through here, you can see I've got a fallen willow, and then it opens out over there as well. So it shouldn't take much to continue this path on. But yeah, so if you did enjoy the video, do leave it a like and do subscribe, because then you get to see what the second half looks like. And I shall see you later.